This video contains the top 3 best Town Hall 15 attack strategies for you to 3-star any base. Let's kick things off with our third best, the Recall Super Bowlers with Root Riders. This is a very powerful attack, and this is going to start off with your Queen Walk. The Queen Walk in this case is using that recall spell and is not looking for any crazy value. As long as you can clear some defenses on the interior that your queen can reach, that's even better. But the idea is funneling. That's all you're doing with this Queen Walk. So she's not going for anything insane. You're just making sure that she can stay alive and, of course, be able to actually set a proper funnel. From there, though, you're just going to let your queen do her own thing, and before her ability gets forced, use the recall spell to protect everything. Another neat trick is to only deploy 4 healers, because that 5th healer will not be recalled and instead will stay on the map. Now, setting the other side of your funnel is usually using the Siege Barrack and the King. With a new level, the Siege Barrack having 2 P.E.K.K.A.s with the King and a lot of wizards is really overkill, because you have a lot of tankage for those wizards to allow you to have a very, very nice funnel, so you can actually get the main rest of your army into the base. Now, pretty much from there, you're going to send in your Ice Golem, Electro Titan, Root Riders, and of course, your Super Bowlers with the recalled Archer Queen and the Warden. Otherwise, this is going to allow you to very comfortably get into the base. And with the Root Riders, you're able to pretty much open walls without the need of a jump spell or super wall breakers. You should be using an Overgrowth specifically over something like the Monolith. As you get closer to it, you can use an early Grand Warren ability and use a jump spell to get into it. This could allow any of your Super Bowlers going towards that direction, or even your Archer Queen, to reach that defense a lot easier, which definitely is going to make things a lot easier for your entire attack, since getting your queen up close to it will allow and ensure that she removes that building. Otherwise, your rage spells are being used to power through the base with your Super Bowlers and keep the healers healing those Super Bowlers by a lot. Otherwise, you should have a back-end Royal Champion coming in, supporting the entire attack, while also having the Hog Puppets and the Royal Gem to just keep her alive and allow the Hogs to kind of do something before they die. And otherwise, you can very easily dominate with the Recall Super Bowlers in this way. With just a simple Overgrowth, you can very easily control where the Super Bowlers are going, so they avoid something like a bunch of bombs near the Town Hall compartment, and of course, gain your queen to secure the Town Hall takedown and the Monolith. Now, let's say Smash is not your thing. Well, you still got Queen Charge. Queen Charge Root Riders is still incredibly powerful, where you're going to start with the Archer Queen. Now, in this specific situation, you want her to charge. So whether you are hitting a ring base or a box base, you are going to be charging in specifically for the Town Hall and probably the enemy CC, since the Root Riders can attack the Clan Castle. But for the most part, you want to use your King to set one part of your funnel, make sure that he's getting something off of the base, and you should be using your Overgrowth to control where she paths. This can definitely very much help your queen get value and secures where she's going to be targeting, getting rid of the enemy CC in the process, and using any sort of spells like invisibility, especially if she's taking too much damage, which can ensure that your queen goes in the right direction towards the Town Hall, towards the Monolith. If it's right behind it, you could always use something like a skeleton spell to support her, but making sure that she takes down the Town Hall is the name of the game, and anything else is extra value. From there, you can basically then go ahead and send in your Root Riders. So with the value secured, your Root Riders will be sent in with, of course, your Royal Champion moving in. You want to make sure that with those Root Riders that you're setting a proper funnel, so being able to set some or get rid of defenses towards the outside with the Siege Barrack is really, really nice, and using an early Grand Warren ability followed by a Rage to power the Root Riders in. Now, in this specific situation, you could run the Rage Gem or you could run the Healing Tome. There really isn't a wrong answer on what you can run. The Healing Tome does give them that little bit extra life, especially after their nerf, and it's still incredibly good. You can still see that most of them are going to remain alive. The Healing Tome is just a good synergy with them, and it allows you to very easily move through and around the base, albeit slowly. But for the most part, your queen charge should be able to clear through a large area, and if you are able to successfully keep her alive, she can help clean up defenses towards the back end, makes everything much easier. Having the royal champion as well to kind of support through the middle definitely does help this attack a lot. So I would definitely recommend that if you are going to use any type of queen charge attack, you should be using queen charge root riders right now because it is incredibly powerful. And objectively, the strongest attack right now is actually a spam attack. Root rider Valkyries is really good and probably the most infamous right now. For the most part, this got even better thanks to overgrowth. So you're going to set one side of the funnel with using the siege barrack, and you're going to use an apprentice ward in there. It supports all the wizards and it supports the 2 P.E.K.K.A.s, which is entirely why you're using it. Then having the barbarian king to kind of help set that funnel, and you're going to use an overgrowth on the other. This is basically all you have to do to set the funnel for your entire attack moving forward. Pretty much from there, you're going to spam in your root riders, Valkyries, Queen, Grand Warden, and of course your 2 apprentice wardens that you're going to be taking. This is just really going to be hard to stop. For your second overgrowth, you're going to use that to continue to control the root riders. You can basically use your king to kind of set pathing for your root riders as well, but you're just going to kind of let everything work its way through. Rage spells to keep moving any Valkyries that are left alive, or even the root riders still moving in, and you've got heal spells to provide support for the root riders since of their nerf. Otherwise, you're basically just trying to keep everything alive as they get to the town hall. In the CC, you can really have anything, even super minions. For the most part though, you're able to very easily dominate through the core. For the royal champion, you're going to use her in the areas that were affected by the overgrowth spell. By that, you will be able to clear through that area, and on the back end, you will have the hog puppets with that royal champion to help clear through the back end without really having to worry all too much. Otherwise, this strategy is incredibly easy and will always, for the most part, 3-star, since that's how powerful spam is. And pairing this up with the double overgrowth, it is almost impossible to stop this strategy. So yep, that's pretty much all 3 armies, all of them using root riders, and they're all just incredibly dominant since they're really hard to stop. Of course, if you don't really want to use root riders and you want to use something that has a bit more skill, check out my Queen Charge Lalo guide for you Town Hall 13s.